ChatGerry, my entrepreneur career VPT study. Gerald C. EclaireMD Foundation. Category, Entrepreneurship, a synthesized subject. Preface. When I look back over the past 45 years, I see one simple truth: almost my entire professional life has been an entrepreneurial journey. My definition of an entrepreneur is someone who walks alone, keeps strong will, takes risks, and creates paths that did not exist before. By that definition, I have lived as an entrepreneur for almost 5 decades. Many times I felt lonely, but I was never discouraged. Every success lifted me, every failure strengthened me, and every struggle pushed me closer to my true self. This idea came to me early in the morning at 4 a.m. I could not fall back asleep because the thought was too exciting. I suddenly realized that my technology career, my AI work, my CAD and GPU efforts, my IC design years, my psychotherapy charitable program, my medical AI tool development, and my 16 years of medical research all share one hidden connection. They were all entrepreneurial. The topics look unrelated on the surface, but their nature was the same: independent exploration, problem solving, and walking into the unknown with no safety net. Surprisingly, the last 2 stages of my life, psychotherapy, charitable work and later my medical research, were not about making monies at all. If anything, they consumed money, but they were still entrepreneurial because they required new thinking, new methods, and quiet determination. They ended up giving me something far more valuable than financial return. They saved my life, improved my health, sharpened my mind, and gave me a powerful sense of purpose. This inspired me to perform a viscoplastopology. VPT, analysis of my entire entrepreneurial career. I have used VPT to study medicine, psychology, social science, economics, biology, and even zoology. Now I apply it to the core of my own life story. Main findings. When I examined all 9 major periods of my entrepreneurial career, a very clear pattern appeared. My journey can be divided into 3 major stages. The first stage covered my early 4 startups in portable PC, language, AI, mechanical design CAD, and architecture design CAD. These were small, experimental, and fragile efforts. I had ideas but not enough funding, not enough strong engineers, computing power was lower, and the market was not ready. These 4 attempts taught me courage, persistence, discipline, and technical growth. They were my training ground. Very expensive experiments that caused the greatest suffering for my family. The second stage began when I entered the workstation graphics processing units, GPU, world and later the semiconductor and IC design automation industry. This was the turning point. I finally had strong teams, solid products, sales and marketing, experience, big deal negotiation ability, real market demand, and the resources to execute. The peak came during my own startup, an IC chip design electronics design automation, ADA, software tool company, Avon Corporation. It became a true global supplier, went public on NASDAQ in 1995, and created significant financial return and organizational success. This period was the high arc of my career in the traditional sense. The third stage began after I left the high-tech world in Silicon Valley. I entered a completely unfamiliar environment, psychotherapy charitable work. There was no financial return, but there was deep human value. It consumed lots of my personal financial fund. Yet it gave me a stronger psychological foundation, opened my heart, and strengthened my soul as I stepped into a wider world. That experience eventually pulled me into my final, and most meaningful stage, medical research. During these 16 years, I developed AI-based health tools, self-studied chronic diseases, wrote more than 1,400 medical papers, and rebuilt my own health from very dangerous conditions. This part of my life brought the highest level of personal satisfaction. It was not about money, but about survival, clarity, purpose, and contribution to others. The big picture. When I connected all 9 periods, I found that nothing was random. Every stage pushed me toward the next one. My early failures trained me. My high-tech success funded me. My charitable work softened me. And my medical research fulfilled me. Without any of these pieces, the next stage would not have existed. Even more interesting, the same internal forces appeared again and again. Curiosity, courage, perseverance, discipline, compassion, and a strong desire to solve problems that others refused to touch. These inner elements guided me more than the external environment ever did. Conclusion. This study is not a technical analysis. This ChatGerry version does not include any theory, formulas, or data. It simply tells the story and highlights the insights behind it. It is a mirror reflecting my entire life from age 34 to age 79. The industries changed, the challenges changed, the people changed, but the inner engine driving everything stayed the same. My entrepreneurial journey did not end with a financial peak. It ended with something much deeper, a combination of survival, restored health, mental clarity, and a strong sense of purpose. Now, near the later stage of my physical life, I can tell myself with honesty that I did not waste my life. This VPT study shows that entrepreneurship is not limited to business or profit. It is a lifelong mindset, a way of thinking, a quiet force that keeps pushing a person to explore, to innovate, and to help others. It also confirms something important. My VPT system is not only for medicine or science. It can reveal the deep structure of any long human journey, including my own. Disclaimer: I write this paper not for fame, but to share what I have learned so others can understand their health, prevent disease, and live longer, healthier lives. This content is for educational reference only, and is not medical or financial advice. No doctor-patient or advisor-client relationship is created. You may share this material freely, but it must not be altered or republished as your own. All rights belong to the author, Gerald C.